Oj, vad du pratar. Time is going so freaking fast right now because he's already 5.5 months, which I think is freaking insane. And he's soon gonna be running around just like Alexander is, and all of a sudden he's gonna be 7 years, 10 or whatever. Stop time, okay? Just for a bit. This place is freaking magical. I'm not going to mention where it is because then there's going to be a lot of people coming here, even though there's already a lot of us here right now. But today is my 36th birthday, and so far it's been freaking amazing. It's been exactly 6 years since I quit my daytime job at DHL Express and started to work as a freelancer and a YouTuber. It's kind of wild to think that it's been lasting for 6 years. That's what boggles my mind the most, I guess. I never expected this to actually be one of the things that I would be able to live from, but I'm also so incredibly grateful to be able to do this for such a long period of time, and to be able to have you along on the journey to watch whatever it is that I come up with. And I remember, I think it was 3 years ago or something, where I just hit 500 subscribers. And one of the goals that I had that summer was that before the end of the year, I wanted to hit 1 million subscribers. I guess in hindsight, we can say that that was sort of an incredibly ambitious goal. Not on this channel though, but on my main channel. What kind of spurred me to set up that goal was to have like an unreachable goal. Because you always hear people saying like, well, set a goal high as hell so that you won't be able to reach it unless you work really hard for it. Ever since then, I've also come to realize that I will not be able to make 1 million subscribers with the kind of videos that I'm making today. I don't know if you've noticed, but lately I've had an incredible shift when it comes to making videos and somehow got inspired to make these vlogs again. And a lot of times there's just me doing Q&As and then bits and pieces of my everyday life. And in other kind of videos, it's me sitting talking to you like this. But I feel like these kind of videos are the videos that I stay sane of. I enjoy making these videos because they are a part of me. And whenever I look back at these videos, it just makes me so freaking happy that I actually started to shoot things and document my life so that I can look back at it. And then, of course, it always comes to the point where you think like, well, it's a job and I need to do my job, which I, of course, do. But I think I see YouTube now more than ever as any other kind of job where you are in a position where you work on your regular job, and then after some time you feel like you want to have a different position, or you want to get a course, or you want to try something new within the field of what you're doing. And that is kind of where I'm at right now. 2020, 21, 22 was basically me posting 2 to 3 videos every single week with tutorials, camera gear, any kind of idea that I could get a hold of, I try to make a video of. And always staying on top of that creative mindset is something that I found to be very hard, but at the same time very fun. But it also requires an immense amount of time, or at least it does for me. We've already talked about how trends come and go, and that you can't make the same kind of videos that you did 5 years ago and expect them to perform the same as they did today, because a trend is a trend because it's a trend. Making tutorials is not a trend. It's evergreen content. It's something that you can do and gain people over a longer period of time, but then you're also going to be known as that kind of tutorial guy. So when I made a lot of tutorials on Final Cut Pro, people knew me from the Final Cut Pro tutorials. And when I started to make how to film kind of videos, then people started to know me how to shoot B-roll. And I became the B-roll guy. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that the older I get, the more I also try to widen my horizons. The more I also try to see life from a different perspective. And you get older, I get older, our interests change. There's always going to be something that comes in and takes over from the thing that we were interested previously. And I think that that is the natural course of life, considering that we get kids, life changes, priorities changes, and then we start doing different things. When we buy a house, we start to renovate. Things that we were not interested in before start to become our interest. And if I were to just stick with making the camera videos, I would probably not have my soul in it. That is sort of why I've been going through this phase where I've been thinking like, should I have everything on one channel or should I have the vlog channel? And eventually coming back to understanding that I need to have this channel in order for me to stay sane in the landscape that is social media, because it's ever changing. And since our interest changes over time, my video style changes over time. My challenges needs to be different, because if you start to get comfortable with what you're doing, you're gonna end up in a very dangerous place. Comfort makes us lazy. And something that I realized is that the more I make these vlogs, the more I also know that I actually know how to do this. I know how to pick up a camera, I know how to get different angles, I know how to shoot the things that are important to me to make the video kind of important. But whenever I don't pick up the camera, whenever I think that I need to have a good idea, whenever I think that every single video needs to be planned out, that is where comfort kicks in. I rely on having everything planned down before I actually start shoot it, instead of being uncomfortable and go out and get the idea and make the video and just take everything from there that I did previously. So I still want to mix a little bit from the good old days to the new old days. Yeah, I guess we can say new old days because I'm starting to get old. And I've said this before, but I think now more than ever, people are craving for real videos. We simply want to get away from all the fake shit that is posted on social media. And when I'm saying fake shit, I mean AI slop content and people that are just promoting things in every single post that I do. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm using my main channel to promote a lot of stuff, but I also enjoy those things that I promote onto that channel. And on this channel, I post the videos that I just think is fun, and I relieve my heart whenever I sit down and talk to you. I don't know if this makes sense at all whatsoever, but at least it's fun to record a couple of videos here and there and just reflect on things, and maybe you get some nuggets out of it. Who knows? Anyway, don't forget to subscribe.